Welcome to Conversations with Candidates. I'm Bridget Turcotte, a reporter for the Daily Item. Our guest today is Jared Nicholson, candidate for the school committee. Hi, how are you?
Good, thanks. How are you? Nice to see you, Bridget.
Nice to see you. Welcome. So could you tell us a little bit about your background and about yourself?
Yeah, so I am an attorney at Northeast Legal Aid in Lynn. I work with low-income entrepreneurs and small businesses who can't afford legal help to help them get started and grow in Lynn. I started that work about a year ago after I graduated from Harvard Law School, and I've worked with almost 50 small businesses since then with the goal of contributing to community economic development. And education has always been a priority for me. My mother taught early education for over 30 years, and I attended public schools before going to Princeton for college, where I studied public policy, majored in public policy, focusing specifically on education policy. My connection to the Lynn Public Schools goes back to the turn of the last century when my great-grandfather graduated from Lynn Classical.
So what do you consider to be some of your biggest accomplishments?
Well, so one accomplishment that I'm really proud of is getting the practice at Northeast Legal Aid off the ground. That was something that we started a year ago. It's funded by a fellowship that I got while I was in law school, funded by the Skadden Foundation, which is the philanthropic arm of a big law firm based out of New York. And they fund projects around the country to provide legal aid. And I proposed a project specifically for Lynn to work with small businesses, to support small business-led growth, because I was so excited by the potential this city had. It felt like it'd be a great fit to benefit from that kind of support, removing transactional legal obstacles that were restricting potentially small business-led growth. And so we were able to get that fellowship, get the practice off the ground. And like I said, we've worked with almost 50 small businesses here and also in Lawrence, supporting community economic development. Another accomplishment that I'm really proud of that should finally take shape this winter is that we've been working on starting a wrestling team in Lynn. I wrestled when I was in college at Princeton, and I noticed that we didn't have a team in Lynn, and so working with an outside nonprofit that started a bunch of programs in Boston and some leaders in the business community, and as well as the Lynn Public Schools, we were able to put together a program to found a team at the Marshall Middle School that should start this winter.
Okay. So what do you feel is the biggest issue facing the city?
Well, in the school specifically, I think one of the most urgently pressing issues is rising student enrollment, and the resulting overcrowding in the classes. And that goes hand in hand with the physical state of our schools and the need to build new schools. Overcrowding is a strain. It's a strain on our teachers, who are asked to achieve more learning, even in the face of rising class sizes. And it's also a logistical challenge to find the space in the city, as well as the resources in the city's budget to build new schools. And then for the city, thinking about the citywide, I think a real pressing issue is the rise in the use and abuse of opiates. And that's something that the schools need to be a part of addressing. I've been struck by how much we ask of our schools, not just to educate our kids, but as the front lines of prevention on a host of different issues, and that includes drugs. Mm-hmm. And I think educators embrace that part of their mission. We just need to give them the tools they need to be able to carry that out. And I offered some ideas about tools we can add in addressing this crisis in a guest commentary that ran an item a couple weeks ago. And one example is having more training for teachers, for parents, coaches, nurses, all these people that come into contact with kids, specifically on pain management after an injury. That point in a child's life where they go through that and how to do that safely and successfully.
Okay. So why should somebody vote for you?
Well, I think I have a lot to contribute to the committee's work as a legal aid attorney who speaks Spanish and has a passion for public education. Like I said, I'm a product of the public schools, and I'm ready and excited to focus on best practices and new ideas on issues like building pathways for students to college and jobs, and developing students' social-emotional skills in addition to improving test scores. And then offering more activities after school. Like I said, we're going to be able to offer a wrestling team for the first time ever this winter, and that's the kind of problem solving I plan to bring to the committee.
Well, this has been a conversation with Jared Nicholson, candidate for the school committee. For more election coverage, read the Daily Item and itemlive.com.